Shakti Durga
Om Durga, Durga Om Durga, Durga Om. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama.
God bless you. Thank you for joining us for this Tuesday meditation. I think that music was for you, John, the Hare Krishna. Has some meaning for you, has something of your soul's memory. Maybe you walked with Krishna. Maybe you...
birthdays at the Krishna temple many times. My friend used to dance with them at the big thing up in Venice. I don't know if you ever knew Paul Criswell, dressed in white. He's passed away, but I knew him for many years. But we used to go to the Krishna temple.
I was going to say dance with Krishna too.
I don't have a problem with anybody.
Yeah.
Why can't you be friends with everybody? That's why I look at it. But your art, everything's beautiful.
Yes, we're inclusive here too. Yeah,
I'm sorry, I don't mean to.
yeah,
You mentioned the Krishna thing, so.
right. There's a lot of Krishna lovers here. As you can see, I have Krishna, Radha. There's on Sundays they used to have the free meal, and that, and then we would sing and dance afterwards. So Krishna, in one aspect of divine consciousness is this pure joy and this celebration of existence. And out of that comes music, and out of that comes a spirituality. When that incarnates on earth, whether it be Jesus or Krishna, there's such a change. Welcome. There's such a change in the atmosphere. And that change affects everyone. That joy affects everyone. That love affects everyone. And we are all that. When we choose to be that joy, we choose to be that expression of divinity. And not in a religious way, but in outpicturing of our true self. So what is meditation? We are absorbing this God consciousness, this God realization, and this God consciousness is absorbing us. And we are merging with that in this figure 8 like flow of connecting, manifesting, connecting, emanating, connecting, shining. And that affects the collective. So what we do in this meditation here is we go right to the source. In that place, we become absorbed. We become living sons of light. SUNs. And we become the change that the world needs. So that's what happens here. Before we begin, I'm just going to say a prayer. Just join me in your heart. Close your eyes to this world. As we see our higher self, we understand our purpose. We see the destiny of planet Earth as a golden age is dawning. We see this light raising everyone, blessing everyone, healing everyone. There is this grace. There is this mercy, untapped, unused, and we call it forth in this moment, in this now moment. All the grace, all the mercy of heaven that is unused in the infinite. We call it into this time and space now. We call for the perfection of this moment, knowing that now this door is open to all mankind to drink the love, to feel the light, to grow and expand and merge and be absorbed into their higher selves. We call to you, O blessed angels, masters of love and light, to you, Krishna, to the Venusian love beings, Sanat Kumara, and all the Kumaras, to the Arcturians, beloved Arcturus, to all of our star family, to all of our sponsoring masters of each one here and each one on the broadcast, as we choose now to make this shift, to push the tipping point over the edge, to make this light seen by all mankind, living and those on the other side, in all dimensions, in all realms. We awaken everything, everyone. We shine this light in the darkest places of this earth and other planes. And it is absorbed. It is now light. We call to you, Lord God Almighty. We hear the cries of humanity. We answer those prayers. We tap into the infinite possibility of all that is and bring it into this now moment. We'll have our meditation, our short meditation. coming back. We're going to go a little deeper again into the time, the timeless, the spaceless, into the light where there is no shadow, as we bring into this room the infinite possibility of all possibilities, of all outcomes and future events, into a sphere that we hold in this room by our God will, our God choice. And as we dip into this infinite possibility of every possibility, of every outcome, we allow our higher self to find the solution for war. For cancer. For the problems we are facing individually and as a society. And we ask the angels of God Almighty, Metatron, the 7 archangels, to hold this possibility of a new outcome, of a greater mercy, of grace, because we've held this space of God consciousness. And it is the will of the Divine Mother who's asking each and every one of us to find that possibility, to answer that prayer, to go in and bring it to this time, space, from the spaceless, timeless, infinite realm. When you're ready, open your eyes. Take a breath. I met John at Amma Karunima. How do you say Amma's name? Karunamayi. And I think you were just right behind. I was just sitting next to you, and I said, "Where are you from?" And he says, "San Marcos, I think." And I said, "Well, I'm from Vista." And, you know, the odds of that, and then we just started talking about this and that, and we had so much in common already. It was comical. And I think there was, a heart connection, as they say. Like a brothers. And you were with, was his name Randy or? Cody.
I think he's in the hospital. He wanted to come, but yesterday he had to call 911.
Cody, we'll all take a moment now.
He's a really good friend of mine. What's going on? I'm not sure. He has leg problems with his veins. He had surgeries. And so I tried to call him, but he told me he had to go call 911. Because he wanted to come to this.
Okay, we'll just take a moment for Cody. And we tap into the infinite possibilities, the quantum field again. And we hold the space of the highest and the best plus grace for Cody. And I send my personal guardian angel to that hospital room. I send to you, Lady Clarity, to overshine the doctors, the nurses, the orderlies. And we contact the higher self of Cody right now. And we hold that space of the Divine Mother's love in our hearts for you, Cody, as there's a reconnection to Source, a new inspiration, a new zest for life is born within your heart and your mind and your soul to continue this spiritual journey, to taste and drink the holy elixir that the Divine Mother brings. We ask for grace and mercy in his life and opportunity. In Jesus' name, amen. So you, John, you were bringing Cody to see Amma just to help him along, like you were the bigger brother. The spiritual brother.
He's been to a lot of different things over the years, too.
Yeah, he has, but I know,
We just
you know.
kind of go,
You just kind of go, huh?
I hadn't seen Kurumani in a long time, and we just heard she was...
Hold on a minute, that people want to hear your... There's some people.
Oh, there's other people? Oh, is this on the internet? Is there millions of people listening?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Maybe then you ought to talk.
You are live, my brother.
I forgot what I was going to say.
You guys go to these places.
Yeah, we've seen Amachi, you know, the woman that hugs everybody, and Kruna Mai, and, sorry. And Kruna Mai, Amachi, Mother Miria. When they used to come to San Diego, now they don't come here anymore. But whenever I have the opportunity, I always go. And I just try to meditate and connect with other people, you know. There's one God, call it what you want, that's the way I look at it. You know, it's my feeling on things.
Do you also go to Self-Realization Fellowship?
Yes, that
'Cause
was
I think I've seen you there.
That was where I started. I found Autobiography of a Yogi back in the mid-'80s, and I read it for a couple of years, and it kept talking about learning to meditate. And I didn't know anything about it. And one day a friend of mine says, "You want to go surfing?" Because I used to surf. I lived in Carlsbad. And we were driving down the Coast Highway. He stopped at a light, and I looked up, and they used to have a picture of Paramahansa Yogananda on the Coast Highway. I went, "Oh my God, that's the guy. I've been reading his books for like 3 years." So I thought, well, I'll come down here and find out about, you know, what's going on. And they said, "You sign up for the lessons." I went there, so he goes, "This is what you sign up." And that's what teaches the meditation. So that's kind of what I've been doing. I mainly do that meditation that I was taught there. Yeah, and then the Kriya Yoga too. They teach that you can get the Kriya Yoga. And then I just go out and try to have fun. And because I'm just a householder. I'm not a monastic, you know, but I did take a vow that, you know, that I would follow the path to the end of life. You know, it doesn't mean I got to do it perfect.
You should cancel out the just part.
I'm sorry?
Cancel out the just part. You can say, "I'm a householder."
Yeah.
And not the just, because you're a divine householder.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. You know, in the world that I've been in, my job was a barber. Believe it or not, I did military haircutting for like 30 years. So you deal with it's a very different vibration and a very different consciousness, but it is service, you know, and I think Jesus said, you know, something about serving other people is a good thing. And so these were what I was just put into for my line of work. And believe me, heard some stories like you cannot believe, but some really neat stuff too, you know, and it's been a very, very
Everyone
interesting
talks
journey.
to the barber.
You can't believe the stories that I've heard. People tell you, you know, you get to know people and they come in and I mean some really heavy stuff, but then some really beautiful things too, you know. It was interesting with the Marines. I used to ask them, I say, "Did you know, want to be a Marine?" And I'm telling you, about 90% of the guys say, ever since I was 10 years old, you know, I wanted to be a Marine. So you can tell it was kind of the life's plan. Because, you know, most of this is, the majority of the karma is already said. It's all a script, a divine script that's written, you know. My personal opinion, I think the only free will we have is to surrender to God or just try to do it on your own. That's it. It's a divine script, you know. That's what I'm trying to do, is just surrender, you know, but it's not easy.
Take that back. Easier and easier every day. Easier and easier every day.
Well, maybe for some people it is, you know. But no, this is very nice though. And as a matter of fact, I have that Archangel Ariel. I have that picture too.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, that was for my birthday. It turned out, you know, when your birthday, that's my birthday Archangel. It just came to me. I've had it for years, that same picture. And I noticed, oh wow, you've got that one too. So I've always I like the pictures you have. I think are very nice too. And the picture of the Jesus Christ are very nice. I had one. Would you like to hear about this dream I had? I had one dream once about him, and it was a dark room, and there was a round table with a candle on it, and I walked up and I sat down, and he walked up to the table, and he put his arm over and he started saying something to me, and I was listening, and then everything just turned blue in the dream, and I felt all this energy, and I woke up. The problem is, I don't remember what he said. I have no idea. I can't. I always say that. I go, well, really like to remember what you told me in the dream, but it was just one. I had one dream once. So when I was looking at your picture, I was kind of thinking about that. That was a long time ago. I don't have too many of those experiences now. Would you like to talk, or
Oh, no, I'm good.
are you sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
I didn't know this. You put this on the internet then?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Temple of Clarity, YouTube,
Oh, okay.
On Facebook.
Facebook, live streaming in the Heart Center.
Oh, wow. I think you told me you guys go to India too, right? Didn't you say that? I remember. And you were traveling over there. Yeah, that sounds real nice. Did you go to Amma's ashram?
I didn't. I went to Sri. Oh, sorry.
No, I don't want.
So yeah, I went to India twice last year. Well, it was December and March, so it was like a very interesting year for me. I went to Sri Shakti Amma, which is, there's a lot of Ammas and a lot of Babas in India. So Amma means mother. And there's a new manifestation of the Divine Mother in an aspect that is called Narayani, which is Lakshmi, Durga, and Saraswati in love, light, and power in one person that came in a male body. And so I met this Swami named Brahman Kiri from Australia, and she says, she was doing these pujas to Narayani, and I said, I'd like to go see that. And so I went and saw it, and I noticed that during the ceremony that she really had this connection to the Divine Mother. She had established this connection to the Divine Mother in her practice and her thing. So I said, I've never heard of Narayani. I think I've heard of it a little bit in songs and stuff, but I didn't know anything about it. And she was explaining little by little, and I kept going to these pujas, and eventually, like I said, well, I'm going to have to investigate this a little more because I can see that this is really something new and something fresh and something beautiful. And so I went to this temple complex. I want to call it like a Disneyland type place, where there's all these temples in this like square mile. You have a Vishnu temple, you have a Ganesha temple, you have a Narayani temple, you have a Saraswati temple, and a golden Lakshmi temple. And they called it, it's known as the Golden Lakshmi Temple because it looks like the house of God, of the Divine Mother Almighty. All gold. It's absolutely fantastic. It's like, like you walk up to it, like when I got off the plane, I got there like at 2 a.m. and I couldn't sleep. This bird was tapping on the window. And so I told Marcos, let's go for a walk. He couldn't sleep either. So we were just walking around. And the security guards would say, come this way, come this way. And we just kept going up this trail in this, this temple complex with all these beautiful temples there. And you can see illumined in the dark by these lights, this golden temple. And we just kept walking up to it like it was like, like we're walking up to the Alpha and Omega's house. And so sure enough, yeah, the avatar is there. The avatar is real. There's so much going on there. So much happening energetically and everything. And so I had to go back and dip my feet in the water again. I think we're going to go back, right? And maybe in January. It's in the cards. So, there's, I was going by myself and ended up like 8 people ended up wanting to go too, So last time it was just me and Marcos. It's just a beautiful thing. This temple complex, this place in India is really, and in southern India, it's in a hub of all these other major events, like the Ramayana took place there, there are Hanuman temples there. There are Ramakrishna temples there. There's Ramana Maharishi's ashram right there. Arunachala is right there. Tirunamali is right there. And then a little bit further south, I think 3 hours from Chennai, is Amma the Hugging Saints complex. And I couldn't get to all of them, but, you know, I went to a few, and each one was just fantastic and beautiful and expansive, and I keep finding out there's more things there. Like the headquarters of the Theosophical Society is right there in Chennai. I was maybe 20 minutes from there. I didn't even know it. Yeah, St. Thomas's Cathedral was there, where St. Thomas lived and created like 9 churches, 8 or 9 churches there. And one of them's a cathedral where he was martyred. He lived to about 80 some years old. He was known as Jesus' twin. And I had a nice conversation with him in the sitting next to his remains. He's still there. Funny guy. Very happy. And just so much joy from this thing. And I says, I remember, all I remember you is doubting Thomas. He says, that's just a small part. You know, there's so much about his life that's not really known. He was very connected to the Divine Mother. As a matter of fact, she wanted to see him before she passed. So she asked some of the apostles to go get Thomas. And so they had to walk all the way to India, Chennai, India. It's on the far side of the Bay of Bengal. And then they had to walk all the way back. They said, Thomas, Mother wants to see you. You have to come. And so they all walked all the way back. And then as soon as he got there, you know, and they had their conversation, she made her ascension. So many interesting things about him. Then he walked all the way back to India and stayed there for a while, and then he walked all the way to China. He had put some miles on those shoes. And then he walked all the way back, and that's when he was martyred. So a lot of, you know, that part of India is like loaded with history, spiritual wisdom, and beauty. We're planning to go. If anybody wants to go, maybe in January. I'm thinking. They just had. I have friends right now in India, and I just had lunch with Nitya Sundara, who just got back from the ashram, and it's been so hot there, 114 in some places. The monkeys are dying. It's just the hottest it's ever been. And he was there. He was there in the ashram, and he was at a puja, and he was sitting in a chair, and it was so hot because it was an outdoor ceremony, but it was at night, but still it was hot and humid. He just passed out. So he's 69 right now, so he had to come back. But he was there for 3 weeks in the heat of the summer. In January, February, March, it's not that hot. It's only 90 with probably 100% humidity. So it's not as bad. The 114 is like over the top over there. That's a long answer. I'm sorry, John. Yeah, I had that feeling that you were like this spiritual, you know, like you had gone to all these places. You're spiritually led. You're like you know, like a real monk. But you say you're a householder, but you're like this, you know, you just know where to go. You always show up at the right place at the right time.
You know what? I try not to think about it. You know, I just let it just happen. Like for whatever reason tonight, I just went, hey, I wanted to go to the temple. And I just got in the car and I remember, I think I know the address. Because my mom actually lives in a home over here. So I come over, she's down off of, what is that? it's where the McDonald's is over here at that street. She lives, Ocean View is where she lives. So I go by here quite a bit. So it wasn't too hard to find where your place was at. And I just, it just kind of came into my mind. And that's what I try to do. And just-
Some people are
just put
spiritual
everything-
searchers. You're a spiritual finder.
I've had a very interesting life. If you've really knew my whole story and the stuff that's happened, you'd be blown away. I had a friend who worked on this car it was a beautiful 57 Chevy, and just got it all running and says, hey, let's go for a maiden ride in it. I said, sure. So he pulls up. We're going up this hill, and he starts going, he forgot to put brake fluid in it. Car's doing about 80 miles an hour, smashed through a fence. I don't even know how many times the car rolled. And next thing I knew, I was sitting on the ceiling of the car. Didn't have a scratch on me. Wasn't wearing a seatbelt or anything. And I've had all other things like you can't believe. Other people go like, the car was completely totaled, completely demolished. You'd have thought everybody died in it. And I thought it was over, actually. I remember thinking, this is it, basically. And the next thing, I'm sitting like on the ceiling of the car, and I didn't have a scratch on me. So that was kind of strange. I guess it wasn't my time to go. But then you want to hear another thing. I had my foot on a bench, and I was doing something, the bench slipped out, and I twisted wrong, snapped the ankle. Next thing, I'm shipped off to Tri-City Hospital. 6 screws in 2 places in the ankle. They got me on the bed in there. They're cutting all the clothes off because I was kind of going into shock, And they got the brightest lights you can imagine, about 20 people in there. It comes down to the underwear. I said, please leave that on. Luckily they did. And then, you're just being shipped off to surgery. And I told them, I said, in case I don't make it, I said, please tell them this. And I said, I want to be buried in a pet cemetery. And I do. I do. I really do. Like cremation, and I want to be in a pet cemetery.
All the doggies.
I'm bird people. I have parrot and birds. Her name is Honey, and she's a medium sulfur-crested cockatoo. And I got her at Bird Haven. She's about 16 years old. And I love birds, dogs, and cats. And you know what? I really wouldn't mind resting with them. That's just me, but, if you want to be with all the other people, I guess that's cool too, but I don't know. But I really do. I want to be buried in a pet cemetery. I told my friends, said, just after I'm cremated, put me in a little shoebox and just find them. Because this pet cemetery, nobody's hardly there anyway. And just go way out in the back and dig a little hole and you just set me down there. There you go.
Well, did anybody have a good meditation? I sure did. Did you?
Very nice.
Did you, John? What'd you go into?
I just feel very peaceful most of the time now. I just get very, very, very peaceful. It's how I feel, and it just stays with me. And I feel like kind of the intuition kicks in more, to where you just kind of just go where you need to go. You don't really know why. You just sort of do. You don't have to figure it out anymore. But that's kind of what I feel very peaceful.
Lisa, if you have something to share.
Oh, lovely meditation. Very peaceful. I would agree with that. Beautiful energy here. For all of you out there in internet land, I encourage you to show up in person. You'll be surprised at how lovely it is, and can tell it's fun just by what John was saying. So, yeah, lovely evening. Want to say something?
Yeah, I experienced a beautiful evening, opportunity to be among so many beautiful beings and hold the light, and your wonderful meditation at the end was so touching about world, bringing love into more and more into the world and healing what causes war and pain. So that was really beautiful. So thank you for that. I'm so grateful to be able to participate in something like that.
there is not much to say for me, but I was surprised when I saw you. It's like I know you. You, my friend, yeah, you know. And I was also, how can I say, inspired also for what you were saying, how you felt from the meditation, which I relate very much to it, that peace, sense of peace and calm, which actually is already ingrained in our beingness, right? It's like a subtle connection to what is all there, you know? It's like we don't need to look for it anymore. It's there. It's just to listen our intuition, like we were talking about coming here, and that is actually what is nourishing me nowadays, is that process of that there is no more to search. There is no place, but this is the place, because it's there. And of course, the entourage, what I call, that is the surroundings, like nature, like the temples, like connecting with that beings that are guiding other beings. It's like also nourishing that which already is. And is that the intuition that there is no more to figure out where, when, how, but to surrender to that process, inner surrender to that process which is going to pull you like a magnet, because it's your own energy which is actually synchronizing, or is already synchronized, but we don't. No comprendo this, try to figure out thing, but that is which is going to guide you. And that gives a sense of peace too, which is there. But there is something that you activate, and actually before coming here, I've been to Mexico. And actually I was, I stayed there for 4 days in a retreat, which is called the Temazcali. It's an institution which many people are coming to certify, to build a Temazcal, which is the sweat lodge. This is how they call it, the sweat lodge. So I am not a sweat lodge guy, I've never been there, but I really understood the mastering, how they build it. It's sacred geometry. And the principle as above, so below. But really, they measure it, and all the measurements come to a number. And this time it comes to a number 7. But anyway, I was impressed by, I was realizing in me aspects of me that I didn't know that they were there. Well, to make the story short, these people are gifted. Are people who switch in society from being lawyers to being masters, teaching that process of the Temazcali, sweat lodge. And the one guiding is an anthropologist. Also, that lady is amazing, but I've been through hell by the heat in the ceremony. My God. It's not long, but really push you to, you have to surrender. You have to surrender, because it's so hot, and what is going on there is so impressive. But anyway, this is a part of that ancestry I have, which it was good to connect again, and the sort for the teachings of the ancestors there. I am quite different from that nowadays, of course, but that is how the people are. That gentleness, that willingness to make you through the process. And that support. But in the end, why I connect that with you is because of the process of surrendering. You can't do anything about that. And you don't have to do anything about that. But the guide is always with us. If there is an external guide, because I haven't seen him. But I've been felt where is, yes, of course, yeah, yeah, the heart, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that is it. As I was saying, it's in here already. But of course, my perception as a modern man has been also trying to look and see, but it's seeing with another eyes. But anyway, and that's why I refer that to you. And how this meditation has been aligning me also to that process. The process of surrendering. It is surrendering. Continuous practice the surrendering to develop the perception where kindness, gentleness, humbleness has to be present. So it's a good exercise. Oh, thank you.
Well, I think we'll just kind of like close our service. And as light workers, like we do want to perfect our temples, we want to be able to hold the maximum amount of light that we possibly can hold in our physical bodies, in our light bodies. And that's the journey. And then at some point we emanate that light. We decide to go all in and get absorbed by the light. So let's close our eyes one last time as we make this prayer, and we send this light out to all the homeless, all the drug addicts, alcoholics, the lost, the forgotten, those in prisons, the lost sheep, as Jesus said. He said he came for the lost sheep. And we too send that light out around the world, raising the vibration of planet Earth by just choosing loving kindness, by choosing to be loving. Divine Mother, Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. We are grateful to be of service. We're grateful for this opportunity to anchor light in time and space, to be the answer of someone's prayer, to hold the space of God consciousness for the unconscious humanity, to bring this light so brightly that all the children, all the teenagers, all the parents, and all the grandparents recognize that they too come from the One. Beyond all religions, they are that. And we hold that space. God bless you, everyone online. Thank you for joining us. We'll be broadcasting again tomorrow for the Divine Mother Worship Service and Rosary, New Age Rosary. Good night. Thank you, Carlos. Yeah, those sweat lodges are tough. That's like,
I did it once.
you did it once?